Hello, happy Monday Night Figure Funday. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Hey, it's episode 56 of Monday Night Figure Funday, and we are live. I have been wanting to do this since probably episode 10, but now it's finally happening, and I'm able to do live streaming for Monday Night Figure Funday, and super excited about it. Want to say off the top, thank you to everybody that subscribes and watches. Really, really appreciate it. We're up to 64.9 thousand subscribers. Only a few away from 65,000, and that just blows my mind. I remember when I hit 100 subscribers, that blew my mind. Then I hit 1,000, and that really blew my mind. Then I hit 10,000, and then everything since is just, my mind is melted. That is the best way I could put it. But, all right, enough rambling, but I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you for being on if you're on or watching this in the replay. But, yeah, today we're going to check out the figures I purchased in this last week, and then we're going to unbox what do we got? 8 figures to unbox on the channel right now. So let's get into what I was able to purchase last week. So this came in the mail. This is, of course, Jango Fett from Star Wars The Black Series. There he is. Pretty happy to get this one. There was also a Boba Fett that came out, Book of Boba Fett, but I didn't get that one. Down the line, maybe. And here's the back of that, number 10. All right. One End Toys is on. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, Jango Fett. There's the side of the box there with the artwork there. Galaxy artwork. Love it. What else came? We got a Transformer in the mail. I'm so happy that these Seekers got a new mold, and I got Thundercracker. So let's see if we can get that in focus. There it is. So yeah, I got Thundercracker. I can't wait till Starscream and Skywarp also come out. That would be amazing to have all 3 of the Seekers in this new mold. It looks pretty cool. I was super happy to get this one. Of course, I pre-ordered this one, and I also pre-ordered the Jango Fett. So that's why they ended up coming in right now. Yeah. All right. So next, this is a Jada Toys Mega Man figure that was on sale pretty cheap. I think it was like, gosh, it was at Walmart, and I think it was about 12 bucks. So it's the Hyper Bomb Mega Man. Everybody remembers Mega Man as being blue, but this is the Hyper Bomb one. Because when you played the game, when you defeated a boss, you could take their power and you'd kind of change color and have their power. That's why he comes with the bomb and looks green. But hey, for 12 bucks, I didn't have this one yet, so I'm super happy to pick this one up for a discounted price. Excuse me. All right, what's next? Oh, there's the Blue Bomber there in his 8-bit form. Love Mega Man. Wish I had some more Street Fighter figures, but I don't. We're going to move on to Masters of the Universe. I actually showed this off on my last live stream, but it's the Skeletor, the Vintage Collection Masterverse Skeletor, if I can get him in frame. Yeah, maybe go up a little bit. There we go. But I think this Skeletor looks awesome. I bought 2 of them. They were on sale at Walmart for $15 each. That's the price of one figure for 2. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to get both of them. Had to. All right, let's go to the back. So I'm going to keep one in box, and the other one will be unboxed on the channel when I do a Motu Masterverse video. Yeah, super happy to get that one. The last figure I picked up this week is another Masters of the Universe Masterverse from Mattel. Is this one. This Evil-Lyn. I had an Evil-Lyn in the collection. It was the Revolution one. I thought it was okay, but this one, just for me, kind of nails down the Filmation look a little bit better. And I think it looks pretty cool. Pretty excited about this Evil-Lyn. There's the back. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's flip it to the sides. There's the first side. And this just has some other artwork though. Pretty neat. Love these Masterverse figures. Whoop, dropped it. But yeah, Masterverse, it's great. All right. The next thing I have set up is we are going to unbox some figures on the channel. Hold with me for a second. I'm going to move the camera over because I had to shoot a video earlier. And it is the spinning of Beyonder. That's the first figure we're going to unbox today. I wanted these streams to not last 2 hours plus by unboxing everything right on the channel. So what I did is I pre-shot spinning video of the box, and then I will bring the figure out. Let me get it ready while you're watching the box spin. But it is the Beyonder Secret Wars Marvel Legends. This is the last Secret Wars figure I needed to complete the wave of Secret Wars. All right. Kind of getting them all set up while I'll bring the camera back over here in a second. Bear with me as I figure this out. Okay. All right. Because I figured instead of watching me, you know, rip through a box like usual, it'd be just a little more streamlined if I did this, and then I go like this, and there's the figure, right? So you don't have to watch me ripping apart boxes and everything else. So there's the Beyonder. There he is creating something. Whoop, he's gonna fall over. Come on, I had you standing. Okay, so let's just check out all his accessories and everything. That's not the greatest pose, but there he is. He comes with this. All of the Secret Wars did. I always forget what they call this. But there it is. It's also kind of like a shield, like Captain America's shield. You can flip this over and put it on his arm if you want. But yep, and then there's also this you could throw inside instead. 40th of the Secret Wars. Then he comes with a couple punchy fists also. There they are. Kinda. See, that's the autofocus. There we go. All right, and then he's got the ball of the Beyonder ball creating all kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. And of course the Beyonder. Let's bring him over. We'll have to bring the camera back just a little bit right there. So he's got his kind of open hands installed because I wanted him to be able to hold that Beyonder ball. I don't know what you call it. I call it the Beyonder ball. All right, so let's check out some articulation. His head back only goes to here because he's got that collar kind of in the way. Head down to about right here. It looks like we're working with a looks like a double ball joint. So down to there. It's pretty good. I will say this head sculpt looks pretty cool. I waited last because I thought he looked kind of plain, like all the pictures, but he's actually a really solid figure. All right, arms are a peg and a rocker. You've got your bicep cut right there. Double jointed elbows, no pins. There it is. Hand up and down, of course. He's got a waist. Well, it is a double ball joint. There is what it is. So there's his lean back, lean forward for his hula hoop waist cut. So he gets quite a bit of movement out of it. You don't want to go too far. You can see inside, but not too bad. Legs, you got a ball joint right here. So there's your kick to the side, your kick forward, your kick back, and then you've got your thigh cut. It's a little bit funky with the seams and stuff, but it is what it is. Double jointed knee, no pins, and a no boot cut, so no cut there, but you got a front facing pound and a rocker for the foot. He is a pretty solid figure, I will say. I'm glad I got him and didn't wait too long and not have him. So the Beyonder. Let's move all these out of the way. Then I'm going to throw some other figures next to him just to kind of show off the size. There's Beyonder. I don't know why this always goes sideways. There we go. Let's go with... I have... I'm drawing a blank. This is the great thing about live streaming. I can't think. My mind is shot. Taskmaster. Oh my god. And here is Miss Marvel. And Punisher. And I got an X-Men 97 Wolverine here, so you can kind of get a little scale going. Get them all in the shot. Maybe a focus. Come on, focus on that Beyonder. That's, I don't know, it doesn't like to focus this far back. Anyway, that's the Beyonder. All right, let's go ahead and show off the next video here of the next figure we're going to unbox. Okay, it is Logan from X-Men 97. So as that's spinning, I'm going to go ahead and reset all this over here, and we'll get set up for Logan. All right. All right, everybody's moved. Let me get my Logan out now. But this is an X-Men 97 figure. I got most of the wave already. But this one I did not have yet, so glad to be unboxing it on the channel today. All right. Oh, trying to put him in a pose over here while that video is spinning. I mean, kind of. It's, yeah, okay. All right. All right, well, here's Logan in actual plastic form. There he is looking at some cards. So all he comes with in the box are his claw hands and a deck of cards, like a not a deck, just 5 cards in his hand. I don't know. He looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and set him here, and then we'll look at all the accessories first. So this set of cards says Xavier on the back, which is kind of cool. And then here's the front side. What's he working with? What's his hand? I can't hardly see it. Does he have a flush? I can't tell. All right, and then he's got his claw hands. These claw hands are cool, but they always kind of, you have to kind of work them to get them to kind of look right. They can pop out. I don't know if anybody knows that, but if you have one of these, you know they pop out because it's easy to kind of move them around and boop, pops right out on you. But they work. They're cool. They just, you got to kind of play with them a little bit to get them nice and straight. And let's check out Logan here. All right. I do like this head sculpt. I think he looks pretty cool. There he is. All right. Head back. There it is. Head forward. Oh, his head goes way down. He is working with a ball joint on a rocker. So it's like a Spider-Man figure. Way down. He can look very disappointed. Gene. Where are you, Gene? Okay. Enough of that. You got a peg on a rocker there on the shoulder. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbow. Hand that goes up and down. And a waist cut. It is just a straight waist cut. Oh, but he's also got a hula hoop here. That's cool. And this is nice and soft plastic here for his jacket. So his down is going to be predicated on this hula hoop. So there's his lean down. His back. So you can really spin it a lot with this hula hoop and this. But this is just a peg right here, a waist cut. So there it is. You got a same as the last figure. You got the ball joint in the leg there. Only kicks out to here. Kick forward is out to here. Kick back to there. And you got a thigh cut that gets a little weird, but it's still usable if you wanted to. Double jointed knee, but I was surprised to see they left pins on here. So I'm guessing they used an old mold of Wolverine or Logan, and oh well, it is what it is. Let's see, we got a front-facing peg on a rocker for the foot. So he's pretty solid though. If you want that animated look, he's pretty cool, and that's what I like. My first look into X-Men was the 90s animated series. So that's everything you get in the box with this figure. Let's go ahead and move these out of the way, these accessories, and I'll throw some other figures next to them for fun, for scale. Let's throw the Beyonder next to him. Well, first off, let's throw Wolverine. Well, we'll throw the Beyonder and then Wolverine, because I want to see. He looks, because that's an X-Men 97, that's an X-Men 97. This Wolverine looks taller than this Wolverine. I have a feeling if you took this head off and put it on this body, it would look way too big. That's a stink. I don't know. Maybe that should, maybe it, I don't know. Now I have to do it. I mean, I have to. I gotta know. You know, it's not looking too bad if I could get it on. There we go. No, it looks fine. Just in my mind, I thought it was just going to be not good. But it actually looks okay. Now this head on this body, that looks kind of goofy. All right. Let's throw everybody back the way they go. It's one thing I love about Marvel Legends is they all have the same size ball joint, so you could swap heads all day. All right, so let's throw this Wolverine over here, and let's get Logan's head back on. Yikes, crime scene. Oh, there we go. Noise. Okay. Let's get Logan lined up. I think he's going to stay. There he is next to the Punisher. And we'll throw the other two figures I had from before over here as well. And pull it on back. Somehow this one seems more in focus than the last time. I don't know, maybe not. But there's Logan and company. All right, cool. I'm going to set up the next video for the next figure. See if I can get that queued up. It's starting now. And we'll go ahead and take a look at it. It's Jubilee from X-Men 97. All right. There it is. All right, let me redo over here as you watch the spinning action. All right. Almost got it all set up. And then I'll grab Jubilee. All right. Only had one other Jubilee in my collection. It was the 90s, the cell shaded figure. I like that these new ones, these 97s, don't have any cell shading. Okay. Let's see. Let me get her set up. It's kind of hard to stand. There we go. All right, now that you've seen the box spin a few times, let's actually go to the real figure. Here we are. There she is, holding a drink, ready to visit the mall. All right, so you get these really cool, you know, the blast effects from her hands. It's kind of like, reminds me of Storm with the electric effects, but it's her, you know, her blasty, destroy electronics, firework effects that are pretty cool. Two hands. If I could keep it in focus, that would be amazing. All right, but they're cool. And she also comes with a couple of, like, splayed hands. Yeah, come on. There we go. And here she is. The hand that's installed, you would think that maybe this is just molded in, but this actually comes off and it's just a big open hand to put a drink in. So, yeah. I thought that was interesting. You don't see too many figures with big old hands like that. I'm going to take the drink and put it over there for now, and we'll check some articulation. All right. So, it looks like we've got a double ball joint going on here. There's your head back. There's your head forward, and then side to side. I haven't noticed all the. I'm sorry, I haven't been noticing all the comments, but yes, could take the Undertaker in a chokehold for sure. That's funny. All right, there's the head back. There's the head forward. Got your side to side. Pretty good. Peg on a rocker there for the shoulder. Got a bicep cut, double jointed elbow, no pins, up and down on the hand, and you've just got the one movement here, nothing in the waist. It's kind of like an old school female figure here. That's as far back as she's going to go because of this. It is super soft plastic, but that's as far back as you can get. Forward, it'll get to here. That's about it on the hula hoop. It's mostly going to be for right and left movement. Got a ball joint down here, kicking it to the side. Kicking forward and kicking back about there. You got yourself some thigh cuts and a double jointed knee that's going to really get messed up on this cape, or coat, but no, it's not too bad. You do have a boot cut, which is actually not too bad if it was in focus. There we go. This thing just likes to go in and out of focus. All right, there's a peg on a rocker for the foot, so she is pretty cool. Oh yeah. But yeah, you don't see too many of those big hands. Definitely could grab somebody by the throat. If it was any other figure, maybe. But, oh wait, does she have? Oh, okay. For a second, it felt like butterflies, but they're not. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I do want to throw in one of these effect hands, though, because they are cool. Let's put the right one in. I think, yeah. There we go. I do kind of wish she came with a second head, though. One where her glasses are down and she's just kind of got like a grimace, like a scowl while she's shooting off her firework effects. I thought that would be kind of cool, but it is what it is. All right, so get everything over here. That's everything you get in the box with this Jubilee X-Men 97 figure. Let's throw these accessories over here to the side. And we'll throw some more figures next to her. Somebody's going to get some fireworks in the face. We'll do the Beyonder. Let's do Wolverine first, or Logan, and then the Beyonder back here getting some fireworks in his face. And there's Warbird, and we'll go Punisher. And there's a good group right there. Something like that. Yeah, very good. All right, let's go on to the next figure. What are we, 3 deep? We're on to number 4. Let's see if I can get it queued up here. All right, it's starting up. Okay, let's see. It's Mystique. So it's not an X-Men 97 figure, but it is the Target exclusive Uncanny X-Men retro card back figure. I only had one other Mystique as well. It was just like Jubilee, where it was the cel-shaded 90s figure with the cel shading, like I just said, that I can't think of what I'm... Live! We're live! All right. Let's see, who do we got? Oh, yeah. Let's get the Mystique out of here. The Mystique. All right. Let's get her all set up. All right. Almost got her set up. There we go. All right, let's check out Mystique here. There she is. And she feels more like a G.I. Joe Classified series figure than a lot of the Marvel Legends, because she comes with a lot of trigger fingers. So she got a trigger finger here and here, and she comes with a machine gun and another pistol with a silencer. Yeah, this feels like it's straight out of G.I. Joe Classified series. It has the same kind of consistency where it's super soft. The only difference is you can't take this clip out or anything. It's molded in, but it just kind of reminded me of a G.I. Joe rifle, like a machine gun. She also has this other head, and I can't remember what character this is from. Hey, thanks for joining the live stream. I really appreciate it. But yeah, this is from, actually, they said this is, they did another set, and this is the head that could go with that set, but I can't remember whose head that actually is. So, all right, here is a couple of other hands. You got the other trigger finger and the splayed hand. And then she does have this pistol. She's gonna fall over. All right. There it is. I think it looks pretty cool. It's almost like squared off in the end, but it also has a hole for black blast effects, which I think is pretty sweet. It really reminds me of a G.I. Joe Classified series. You know, I don't know if the machine gun has a hole. It does. Totally. Cool. So I could use those for Marvel Legends or G.I. Joe or whatever I want, I guess. All right, here's Mystique up close. See, the head back can't go too far. The hair hits right on the back of the neck. But there's your forward right there. Got a little side-to-side action. And then for the shoulder, you got peg on a rocker. She's got a bicep cut right there. Double-jointed elbow. No pins. And then right and left. This is the comic book figure. Yes, it is the... let's see, here's the box. It's the Uncanny X-Men. Yeah. So, comic book Mystique. It is a Target exclusive. I don't know, if you go to Target right now, my Target has like 4 of them in stock, so I don't think they're too hard to get. You do have just the cut here, the hula hoop. Well, I guess you call it a hula hoop. It's up here. There's your lean back. There's your lean forward, side to side. And this is just loose right here. It's not really glued down or anything. It's just kind of floppy, but if you hold it, kind of push it down, it stays pretty good. For the legs, you got a ball joint down in here. Kick out, kick forward, boom, kick back, and then you've got yourself a thigh cut, double jointed knee, no pins. There is no boot cut, as the boot is kind of, would be hard to kind of make that cut, but front facing peg on a rocker for the foot. Cool. Sweet, you got a model kit Starscream? That's awesome. Love Transformers. Okay. Oh, she took a flop. Get on up. There, I think he's going to stay. All right, so there's everything you get of this X-Men, Uncanny X-Men figure. Let's go ahead and wipe all these accessories to the side and throw some other figures next to her for scale. Let's go Wolverine in his classic comic book outfit. Actually, he's an X-Men 97 figure. You got X-Men 97 Jubilee, and we'll go Beyonder, and I don't know, Taskmaster over here. There's a pretty cool looking crew. Nice. Nice, nice. All right, that was figure number 4. We're moving on to figure number 5. Let me cue up the video for the next one, and I'll get everything ready to go. All right, the next video is starting. All right, Brown Suit Wolverine. I would love that 2-pack. Brown Suit Wolverine and Storm. That'd be amazing. I don't have it, though. All right, so our next figure is Jean Grey, X Factor. So as that spins around, I'll reset everything over here and get Jean Grey all set up. So there was a Cyclops X Factor that came out not too long ago. I have it, but I forgot to bring it over. So, but this will go nicely with that other one. She is a Target exclusive figure. Let's see if I can get her over here and ready to go. Sorry if it feels like I'm kind of rushing through this. A little bit nervous. Some nerves, some pretty bad nerves coming up, but I'm feeling a little better now. But thank you for joining me on this adventure. All right, so you got to see Jean Grey spinning. Here she is. And I kind of have her in a pose. She comes with this little effect like she's doing her mind reading or telekinesis or whatever and popping on. So she does have 2 heads. This is kind of more of a different look. Pretty cool. Oh, the Deadpool and Wolverine brown. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That would be cool to have. Sorry, I was still on classic comic book mind. But yes, that whole the new Deadpool figures, the whole wave of the movie figures look amazing. There's the hands. So X-23 I think is already sold out. But anyway, back to this one. There's that little effect there that you can use. It doesn't really hook into anything. You can just kind of smash it into her head. All right. So her head back is just not going to go anywhere. Not with that hair. There's her head forward. It's pretty good. And then side to side. It's a cool head sculpt. I like them both. I probably would leave it with this one. This one is the newer female body, so it does have butterflies, which is good. And then you got yourself a bicep cut, double jointed elbow, no pins, and it is tight. Ugh, can't make it go. There it goes. There it goes. Hands are all up and down. Doesn't want to spin. There we go. So yeah, you have a ball joint up in here, and you've got this G.I. Joe Classified Series looking ab crunch. So she's going to get quite a bit of back, quite a bit of forward. It's pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of movement there. And then you got a ball joint here. And then front. And I think, you're talking about Havoc? Is Havoc the leader of X Factor? And then back that way. So I know Vulcan is also his brother, but I'm pretty sure he's a villain. Okay. Then you got yourself double jointed knee right there, no pins. And front facing pin. Yeah, Havoc, yeah. Havoc's cool. Okay. Throw that one here. Yeah, pretty solid figure, I'd say. I love that she's on the updated body. Just like the Mystique at my Target, she's readily available. I actually think I've seen her on discount a few times, but pretty cool figure. Let's throw Warbird next to her. Well, let's get all these out of the way first, these accessories. There's another updated female body that has the same articulation. This was the first one to come out with that articulation. Here's a Punisher, why not? We'll keep the women over here on the right. And Mystique, and then we'll throw, I don't know, Logan over here, I guess. And that's looking pretty cool. That's a good looking crew right there. All right, we're on to our next figure. Let's see who we got. All right, let me cue it up. So the last three I have, I will say, yeah, the sculpt is really great, and the hair is cool. It's a great figure. And if you could get it on discount, it's totally worth it. The next three figures I have are old. They are older figures, but I've had them in box forever. But let's go ahead and check them out. All right, got this video queued up. It's spinning. Deathlok. This is the first comic book I ever owned. Was Deathlok. I got the Deathlok #1. That's what got me into comic books. We're talking probably really early 90s. I don't know how early, maybe 91, 92-ish. I don't know. But early 90s, I really got into comic books and Marvel comics. All right. Let me get the figure now. Where is it at? There it is. But yeah, this was part of a wave of a Build-A-Figure. Which Build-A-Figure was? It was a Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. Definitely don't have, this is the only figure of the wave that I have, but really wanted to have this Deathlok. Let me get it all set up here while you watch him spin. All right. And here he is. Deathlok. And this figure is older. Let me grab the box. Like I said, it's older. Let's see if I can find the date. God, I feel like this has to be okay. 2017. This is an oldie, but I think a goodie. And there's the arm of that Sasquatch. We'll get that out of here. So he does come with these the bullets that go into his big weapon right here. You just, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and show off that. I think they go in and they kind of, I think they just sit on the end. You can't, because you can't go all the way through. It's blocked off. I think it's actually supposed to go on this end. So you display it like this. Hanging down. Kind of reminds me of G.I. Joe Classified Series as well. It's cool. But this is that weapon. It's a big old weapon. Doesn't have any paint, but it still looks pretty cool. Looks like you could put some, I don't know, bigger blast effects or something, but that's cool. Here, let's check out his pistol. Give it to me. Wouldn't give it to me. All right. All right. Oh, it's not. There we go. There it is. And this, it is a little bit, looks like it needs to be pushed up the sight. But it's cool. Nice little blaster. Here's Deathlok. I think he just, this head sculpt, man. I mean, we're talking 2017 and they just knocked it out of the park. I think it looks great. This looks really cool. Alright. Pegging a rocker there for the shoulder. And I totally forgot to show you the head. Let's do the head first. Alright, he has a ball joint on a rocker. So his head's going to go way up, which is pretty cool. Way down. I've had this sitting, so I started collecting in 2020 and I bought this in 2020 and it's just been sitting up on the bottom shelf forever. Okay, he's got a bicep cut, he's got double jointed elbows, of course older, so it is pinned. This hand is right and left, the other hand is up and down. So he has a ab crunch here, like a G.I. Joe Classified Series figure. There's your back, there's your forward. And he has a waist cut. It's just, it's not like G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, I love that they have ball joints in every single waist cut. But this is the old school, like, just a cut with a peg. So it just spins. Here is, oh yeah, here's this where you can put that other blaster in too as a holster. Yes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I knew about Deathlok, and then when I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was like, hey, it's Deathlok. I know Deathlok. So that was always fun to see that on the show. I think he appeared in, I don't know, a handful of episodes, but it was cool. He's got a ball joint right there, and he's got thigh cut, which is really great that they did it on that scene. His kick to the side is there. His kick forward is here. Kick back there. Nice. And now you've got double jointed knee, but with the pins. He does have a boot cut, so that's cool, and a front-facing peggy on a rocker. He's cool. He's, you know, for 2017, he's pretty cool. Let me throw all his weapons next to him. Doesn't come with any extra hands, but I think he's got what you need. Okay, gotcha. A little bit different version. That's cool. Okay, so there's everything you get in the box. Let's go ahead and throw these accessories off to the side. And we'll throw some other figures next to them for scale, as I like to do. So we'll do that Jean Grey here. And we'll go Taskmaster. Wolverine can come over. Whoop, I dropped Beyonder on the floor. That's it for Beyonder. He is beyond the table now. We'll throw Punisher over here. Why not? War Journal Punisher. All right. This I'm so happy to get this Deathlok out of the box finally. For a while, I thought I was going to leave him in the box and just have him in the box, but I thought, no. I want to have him out. So, all right, we got, what, 2 more figures, still older figures. I'm queuing up the video now. Cue up the box spin. All right, there it is. Right there. The camera. There. So it's Shiklah. So, very old figure. We'll see on the back how old as soon as I get everything reset over here. Now, I don't know if anybody knows, but she comes with this little shark dog thing, and I don't know what its name is. I've seen it before, but I can't remember what the heck it's called. But yeah, little shark dog. This was part of a Build-A-Figure wave. It was the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave. There's already a new Strong Guy that came out. So yeah, super old figure. And I was already posing this one earlier on the spinner, and she is hard to keep standing up. So I'm going to do my best to get her to stand here. She is all kinds of hard to stand. Okay, there she is. All right, let's check her out. There's Shiklah. So there, yeah, what is his name? It's a shark? Wait, what is it? Whoa, tralalaralala. All right, that's a name. That's a name. Let's just say that. That's quite the name. All right, let me grab the box, and we'll see what year this one came out. So this is old. Okay, 2020. So it is the year I started collecting, but it was had already been out when I started collecting. Here's Strong Guy's arm. At least I got his arm, huh? We'll throw that out of the way. Okay. Yeah, here he is. He doesn't have any articulation. Jeff the Land Shark. Yes, Jeff. Yeah, that's right. It's just kind of a common... Yes, Jeff the Land Shark. Thank you so much. There he is. Fun. All right. Here's Shiklah. She's got a peg on a rocker, or a rocker with a ball joint for the head. Head can't go any further back because of the hair. She can get down to here. Jeff the Land Shark. I would have never thought of that. Never. Thank you for that. And this necklace is just kind of Floppy Joe right here. But it stays pretty okay. Yeah, the head's all right. Peg and a rocker for the shoulder. Single joint in the elbows. It is the one that's a peg on a rocker there. You can spin it up and down on the hands. The hands have this cape kind of pegged in. And then this is the old school female, so she just has movement right here, which is pretty good how they hit it on the costume right there. So back, forward, side to side, pretty good. This is Floppy Joe as well. And ball joint there, kick to the side. kick forward, kick back, and then she married Dracula. Okay, cool. I know on the back of the box it did say something about former Mrs. Deadpool or something. Yeah, Shiklah in the shape-shifting superhuman queen of the undead and former Miss Deadpool. So she married Dracula. That I did not know. That's cool. That's cool. Because I unboxed the Dracula figure. What was that? The Blackheart wave? Got that Dracula. It's a great figure. Okay, so she got thigh cuts there. Double jointed knee. Does have the pins. And then the reason she's hard to stand is she's got these heels. It is a peg on a rocker, though. So let's see if I can get her to stand again. It's going to be a journey. Yes, first Deadpool, then Dracula. Gotcha. All right, so there's everything you get in the box. She doesn't come with any extra hands or accessories other than, now that I know the name, Jeff the Land Shark, which I really think is fun. All right, let's move him out of the way. And here we'll throw Jean Grey next to her. And then, well, I should have brought a Deadpool figure over it. I didn't. Dang it. Well, we'll throw Deathlok next to her. Should have brought the Dracula now that I know, too. Dracula's in a bin somewhere, in a Halloween bin. We'll go Punisher. And Wolverine over here, I guess. All right. Looks pretty cool. Shiklah. Gotta put Jeff the Land Shark there too. There we go. All right, cool. We got one left. Let's go ahead and cue up the spinny video. Get that queued up here. All right, it is Rock Python, part of this. What is it? The Serpent Society. Well, the only other one I have is the Puff Adder. It was a Build-A-Figure. But this one's been in box for quite a while, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to unbox it. It's a Hulk Build-A-Figure, the MCU Hulk Build-A-Figure, but of course I've only got this one figure, so I have just his arm. See if I can get everything moved out and get this Rock Python over here. Let's see, where is it? This is another oldie. I'll have to look on the box and see how old. Get him set up here. All right, let's go ahead and move the camera on over. There he is. I know the only ones, Puff Adder, and I know Madam Hydra. There's a few other ones, but these are the only two that I'm going to have, is this Rock Python and Puff Adder. This figure came out, oh geez, there's that Hulk, which would be pretty cool to have. I don't have an MCU Hulk. 2018, so yeah, a little older. There's Hulk's hand at least. Arm. Old school pinned arm. All right, get that out of here. He comes with no accessories. Isn't that weird? I mean, I packed it back, but there's just the arm. There's no accessories anywhere. Kind of funky. But here he is. He's got it's like a ball joint on a rocker. There's your head back, head down, a little side to side. Whoa, how about a focus? There we go. Side to side. Peg on a rocker. The shoulder. He's got a bicep cut. It's weird though that he's got this really shiny shoulders and everything else is kind of matted compared to. That's, yeah, older figure. Double jointed elbow. Pins, all the hands are up and down. He's got the ab crunch. There's your back. There's your forward. It's got this belt that's just kind of floppy, but it's not too bad. There's your kick to the side, and your kick forward is pretty high. Back kick, and then you got your movement there. Thigh cut. It's the ones that has the muscles, so it looks kind of funny, but there's double jointed knee with the pins. No, oh, it does have a boot cut. Okay, it looked like it wasn't, but yeah, it's there. And then a front facing peg on a rocker for the foot. Okay, so there it is. And I forgot to bring over Puff Adder too, so that would have been only good to do, but I forgot. Oh well. All right, here's Jean Grey. next to him. We'll throw Punisher. He's one of the taller guys compared to. We'll throw Deathlok over here. And Wolverine over here. Nice. All right. There he is. Well, that's all the figures I had. That's everything I had to show off and talk about. And thanks, everybody, for joining the live stream. Can't wait to do this every Monday. I had some pretty good nerves going. I was doing the countdown before the video began, and I could just feel my heart racing. But man, it turned out pretty good. And thank you guys for commenting and helping me remember names. Because Jeff. Thank you. Thank you, One End Toys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Jeff the Land Shark. That's cool. That's cool. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll do this every Monday. I don't know if I'm going to do 8 figures every time. I felt like that was a lot. I might do 6. I might start doing 6 figures. Thank you, One End Toys. Yeah, if you could hit that like button, that'd be amazing. That'd be awesome. And thank you all that watched the live stream and that are watching this in replay. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, well, I think I'll do 6 figures each week. I'm thinking about doing G.I. Joe next week. So stay tuned for next week. I'll do 6 G.I. Joe figures. Each one of these figures will come out in an individual video also this week. So, if you miss a live stream, I'm still going to have the single figures coming out as well. But I just wanted to save some time by kind of doing all the articulation and then downloading the footage, and it'll be less editing for me down the line. So, but all right, I'm rambling, and it's getting late on a Monday night, but thank you so much again for watching. We'll call that a Monday Night Figure Funday, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye. All right, bye.